What's the most embarrassing way you've seen a boss's new policy backfire? Early last year, our department got a brand new manager. He'd been running another IT division in Germany and was transferred to Switzerland to take charge of ours. On paper, he looked like a good fit. In practice, it didn't take long for cracks to show. Our team was scattered across 3 countries, Switzerland, Spain, and Mexico. Second line sat in Spain and Mexico. Third line in Switzerland and Spain. Because of that, communication and overlap were already tricky. But we'd managed it for years with flexibility and trust. We worked odd hours when needed, covered each other, and never had an issue. When he arrived, the first few months were harmless enough. We had to record how much time we spent on each ticket, send weekly updates, and attend department meetings twice a month instead of once. Annoying, sure, but tolerable. Then, about 6 months in, he announced the big change. Now, Switzerland and Spain share the same time zone, but culturally, our working days don't align at all. Swiss employees usually start between 7 a.m. and 8:30 a.m., lunch around 11 a.m., and are often home by 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Spain starts closer to 9 a.m., lunches after 1 p.m., and finishes later, sometimes as late as 6 p.m. That gave us about 4.5 hours of solid overlap each day, 9 to 11:30 and 2 to 4. Meetings happened in those windows, and outside of that, you risked someone being gone, not started yet, or off at lunch. Our new manager didn't like this at all. He decided the solution was to align everyone. His grand plan? Mandate 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for everyone every day. He argued that this would give us 2 extra hours of overlap per day, 10 per week. He thought we'd be thrilled. We weren't. Even the people whose current schedule already matched were annoyed. Nobody wanted rigid hours forced on us. People had lives, routines, and obligations built around the flexibility we'd always enjoyed. One teammate pointed out that since he only took a 30-minute lunch, this new rule would push him over his contracted hours. The manager brushed it off and said he'd look into it. Another asked if HR had approved the change. His reply? This isn't something I need to run by HR. That was his biggest mistake. You see, Swiss labor law is very clear. Employers must record employees' working hours and keep those records for compliance. There are a few exceptions, though. Senior staff making above a certain salary can sign a waiver exempting them from logging hours, as long as they control at least 50% of their schedule. Every Swiss engineer on our team had signed that waiver. It gave us freedom. Some weeks we worked 11-hour days, other weeks only 30 hours in total. We balanced things ourselves and nobody micromanaged us. The system worked because trust worked, but the new rule destroyed that. By fixing everyone's hours, the manager stripped away our 50% autonomy, which meant our waivers were no longer valid. Legally, the company was in violation. If someone reported it, fines would follow. Worse, the company could lose the ability to grant waivers at all. That would force everyone into strict hourly logging and cripple our ability to work maintenance or upgrades outside normal hours. One of our senior engineers realized this immediately. He went straight to HR, fully aware of the risk, escalated it to the manager's director. By the end of the day, the new policy was suspended. On Friday, the manager called another meeting. He admitted he hadn't researched Swiss labor law and tried a new compromise. Spain would keep the 8 to 5 schedule. Switzerland would have fixed hours only from 8 to 10 and 3 to 5. The middle of the day, hours to manage. Was it legal? Barely. Was it workable? Not really, but we decided to play along. Monday morning, I logged in at 6 a.m. and saw 2 colleagues already online. We worked until 10 a.m., logged off for a break, came back for an 11 a.m. meeting with Spain, took lunch early, and wrapped up by 5 p.m. 2 others came in at 7 a.m., left at 11:30 a.m. for a long boat trip on Lake Zurich, and finished their hours from home in the evening. The rest of the team quickly caught on. Some used the flex hours for errands, some for long lunches, some to simply log off early. By Tuesday, the policy was dead in the water. Our flexible schedules returned, and a few months later, the manager was gone too. In the end, his attempt to fix our hours only proved one thing. When you don't understand the law or the culture, you shouldn't try to fix what isn't broken.